Hello, students. Hope all of you are doing good at home. Welcome to today's session of computer. Before I start with, let me tell you something. Please be patient enough for watching the video from the beginning till the end. Not only this computer subject, all the subjects. You should be responsible enough plus disciplined enough in this e-learning process. So we will go with our first chapter now. Your first chapter is Operating System and Graphical User Interface, Role and Functions. Before we directly start into the topic, let me tell you something which is very much basic about your computer. I know all of you all know this, but still listen. Computers are machines that perform specific tasks according to a set of instructions or programs, right? The first fully electronic computers introduced in 1940s were huge machines that required a number of people to operate them. Compared to those early machines, the computers that are available nowadays are amazing. They are not only range in size, speed and capability, but also fit on your desk, on your lap or even in your pocket. And you all know that the computer is comprised of a hardware and a software. And you know what are software and what are hardware. That this is from the basic you are learning. A computer is a software as well as hardware machine. It has both, right? So now we will see hardware in detail. Hardware refers to the physical parts of a computer that you can see and touch. So you know this definition from long years. So you know that it is a physical part of the computer that can be touched and seen. Okay, and hardware consists of devices such as monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer, and other components including CPU box and everything inside that. So some students have a doubt that inside the CPU we have few parts, whether that belongs to hardware or a software. Even that belongs to a hardware. Each and everything which you can see even inside the CPU, all the things that you can see and touch are hardware. The most important piece of hardware is a tiny rectangular chip inside called microprocessor or central processing unit. It is a brain of the computer. So you can see in the picture, it is a central processing unit which is a brain of the computer. We generally call central processing unit or CPU. Uh, while you were in the lower classes, you were calling the box as a central processing unit. Actually, central processing unit or microprocessor is a small chip you can see here that will be fixed inside the motherboard, which is the brain of the computer. That is because of this small chip, the computer is working that perfectly. Okay. Now we will see what is a software. A software refers to the instructions or programs that tell the hardware what to do. It is stored on the physical medium such as CD-ROM, pen drive or a hard disk. So you know what is a software, that is it cannot be seen or touched. So here in this picture you can see that internet, Mozilla, Firefox, Word, PowerPoint, everything are the programs, and programs are the application based. That is you apply, you use those applications for your need, and you cannot take that Word in hand, right? PowerPoint in hand. So that is why software cannot be touched or seen, and it is a set of instructions. That is, if you are instructing the word to type something using keyboard, it will display the typings, and if you are telling to save it, it will save. So all those instructions what the hardware is telling to do, the software will do. So now you have understood that hardware and software are interdependent. Interdependent means both are complementary to each other. That is, without the software, hardware cannot exist, and without hardware, software cannot exist. Hardware needs a software to operate, and software cannot be utilized without the supporting hardware. So you know that if you wanted to type something in Word, like you need to see the monitor. Without that, you cannot access the Word application. And if you wanted to do a presentation, if you wanted to do some tux paint or anything, games, whatever it is, software as well as hardware work together to become a computer or a useful machine. Okay. So even mobile phone is similar to software which works based on software and hardware. So in mobile phone, it is a hardware, and all the application which it possesses are software. So without the applications, mobile phone is simply a plastic case, and without the hardware, that is a mobile phone, these applications cannot be used. So both are interdependent. Now we will see what are the types of software, and there are mainly two types of software. They are application software and system software. Application software is a set of programs designed to perform specific job like MS Word, MS Paint, etc. That means application softwares are the softwares which we install for our need. Understood. So if we want Paint to be installed, you get the software and install it in the system and you can use. And if you want a video editing software, get it from Google, install it and use. So that category is application software. Now we will see what is system software. A system software is a collection of one or more programs that controls and manages the overall operation and performance of a computer system. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer, and also provides a platform for running an application software. That means application software needs some base to run. Okay. So system software are the basic software which a system requires to run. For example, when you buy a mobile phone, you need that calling software. Without that calling software, the mobile phone will not be useful. So calling software is a system software. As well as when you buy a computer, you need something which is very basic, right? Which is called as operating system. So operating system is a system software. With the operating system only, we can install this Word, Paint, games, everything. So you need something which is a base to build up this application software, and that is known as system software. And system software is again divided into different categories, and they are operating system, language processor, device drivers, and utility software. And children, we will be learning about all these things in detail later, not in this lesson. We are learning only operating system in this lesson. Rest of the things you will learn later. Okay. What is an operating system? Before telling you the definition of operating system, uh, like being a machine, computer cannot do anything on its own, right? We need to tell the system it is a non-living thing, so we need to tell it, then only it will do. So it requires a specific instructions on how to perform each and every task. Further, the instructions are to be converted into language which a machine understands. And you know, machine understands only binary language. It means that the user cannot communicate with the computer directly. So it needs an intermediate interface kind. Uh, between the user and the hardware to make the proper communication. So this operating system acts like an interface between the hardware and the software, and the computer interprets the instructions given by the user with the help of an operating system. So it is a master program which makes computer alive and helps to run different applications. To be more clear, let me compare the operating system with the school principal. Okay, school principal has various responsibilities to perform, such as managing the school, supervising students, teachers, and workers, then maintaining discipline, analyzing the exam schedule, timetable, curriculum, meeting parents and visitors, and much more. Right. Likewise, a number of services are provided by an operating system. Imagine what will happen if there is no principal in a school. Everything will become unorganized. Similarly, if the operating system is not working in a computer, it will not be able to do any performances. Okay, so now you understood that this operating system is really doing a great job, right? And this operating system's job can be even tell in a very simple way in just three sentences. Okay, let us see what is that. This operating system decide what to do, when to do, and how to do. That means this operating system's job is to manage all these three things: what to do, when to do, and how to do. Let me tell you with an example. For example, if you are playing some game, you can imagine any game. So you would, of course, you will be imagining PUBG, Free Fire, etc. I hope that this is similar. What I'm telling will be similar with that game. If not, just imagine a game where the game characters are will be moved only when you press the keys on the keyboard, and you instruct the game character to move front back using the arrow keys or joystick, something like that. Okay, so the job of what to do is to perform a set of moves for the game character. So what is to be done is to move the game characters. That is the job. What is to be done of operating system. And then when to do is when the required buttons are to be pressed in a correct sequence. That is, if you are pressing forward button, then the character has to move forward. When you are pressing backward button, the character has to be moved backwards. That means when is to be when the characters are the what software, and when is to be done is from the hardware keyboard when we press the key. And how to do through the proper communication with between the application software and instructing it about the correct motion of the players as seen on the screen. How to do is like you, if your job is to play the game very well, you should be well aware of what which key is to be pressed, how to communicate with that, and rest of the things will be taken care by the operating system. So this is the job of an operating system. That is what to do, when to do, and how to do. Clear? I hope that you are understanding the concepts which I discussed in this video today. So we will see with the continuation of this session, same chapter in the next session. And thank you.